Alright, so welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with going over the market. So here on SPY, this is the daily chart. Last week I talked about a breakout above our breakout level of 441.68, and then we would run to our first target, which is at 446.75 and then from there we would run to our second target. We hit our second target, held above, and now we're pushing up after today and approaching that long-term bullish channel, which is this dashed yellow line. I mentioned this a few months ago to our chat room, and then also a few weeks ago on our previous live. And basically, to recap, if you did end up missing that, what I was looking at is this here. So it starts off from right around year 2000, and it obviously respected this channel, rejected there, and I mentioned to be cautious as we approached the top part of that channel. And we did end up rejecting previously, which was our previous all-time high right there. And now that we're approaching it, I'd recommend, being cautious. Don't go too heavy overnight, because I do expect a pullback to start soon. And at least have some type of hedge in place. But if it can close above that trend line, then my very final price target is 460. But once we start pulling back, we'll start to fill these gaps down here around 442 and 447.5. All right, and then a few different target or stocks that I'm looking at. The first one is Target. So Target is in this bullish channel here. It's been respecting it quite a bit for pretty much the whole year. And right now we're closing above our breakout of 256.95. So as long as we maintain above 256.95, then this looks good for a push up to 266.25 for our first target. We'll start to make all-time highs, and we could see a push to our second target of 278. And the next stock we have is CRM. CRM is also in this bullish channel here, and we're consolidating at the top of that channel, and we have some resistance here. So this one, there's two scenarios. If there's enough volume and we hold above our bullish support of 289, good volume comes in and closes above our breakout, we could potentially see push above our bullish channel to hit our target of 303.5. Otherwise, what will happen is if we push up above, we could see some consolidation to the right in order to make more room and then push up to our target of 303.5. And then next one we have is Baidu. So Baidu, forgot to put the levels. What we're looking at so far with this one, let me clear some of this stuff up for you guys. So we're pulling back, we're hitting our light support of 173.61. We could see some more downside to 168 to retest that 100 SMA. But once it's finished pulling back and it shows signs of a push up towards our breakout, then this looks good to go into some calls. This one, once it closes above our breakout of 182.6, then we're looking at a push to 192.96. And there is this gap here, which is this shaded area. So we could see a push slightly above that first target. Keep in mind, earnings are on the 16th of November. So I would, if you do end up playing this, I'd be out of this play by then. And then our next one is Chewie. So with this one, we broke above this bearish trend. We're starting to consolidate, and we just broke out today. So this looks good for a swing this week and also a day trade tomorrow and probably the following day. As long as we hold above that breakout level, which is at 67.1, then we'll see a push to our first target of 71.45. There's a gap there, so we could push up above, fill the gap, and if it holds above that first target after filling that gap, Then we can see a rally up to our second target, which is at $77. And then the next stock here is First Solar. This has also been in a bullish channel, rejected at the top, bounced here, and we're approaching the top of that channel again. Right now we're closing above our breakout level of 108.49, and this has enough room to rally up to our target of 113.45. If you do end up playing this, definitely take profits there, because we'll be, meeting the top of the bullish channel there. And we also have earnings coming up real soon, so I'd recommend being out by then, because it's a gamble holding overnight when they report. But yeah, this one will look good for a swing trade and a day trade this week, so keep an eye on that one. And then our second to last one, it's going to be UPST. It's in this bullish channel, and it's meeting the lower portion of the channel here. We're starting to see some signs of a push up to the upside. We're closed above our strong support, so we need to hold that on the daily chart in order to be bullish on this. But I expect this to start to rally up to our light support. Once it closes above the light support, then we'll see a breakout shortly after, and then from the breakout of 401 and 49 cents, then our target will be 434 and 23 cents. All right, and then our last one here is mRNA, Moderna. So this one is bouncing at the the bullish channel here. It met that level, pushed up, consolidated, and broke above the consolidation area. So now we need to hold above 347.87 on the daily, and we're pushing up to fill this gap. And once it fills that gap, you can see a little bit of a rejection there, especially as it meets that 50 SMA level. But from there, we could see a little bit more of a rally to our final price target of 392.75. This will be somewhat of a quick swing, just because earnings are coming up. It looks like November 4th is when the earnings are reporting. So just keep that in mind, but this one looks really good, tomorrow and probably the rest of this week. That's going to wrap it up for this week's live. We'll be going live next week right around 6 or 6:15 Pacific Standard Time. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.